I'm sure the people at Kaiser make good money, and they're probably also just as incompetent.
No, I've had nothing but good experience with Kaiser.
Oh, really? I was in there for 40 minutes for what should have been 5 minutes. You go into to Cedars, right? Right out of the waiting room, at post-op, you just walk down the hallway, you go to the pharmacy counter, 2 minutes later you're holding your prescription. It's like a nothing. It's like going to the bathroom taking a piss. It's just like walk down the hall, get it done, and come back. It shouldn't be like an all-day thing. This is what's going to happen with socialized medicine, and I've said my piece. I've been thinking about it ever since I saw you that day, was it Friday, and I just wanted to get that out.
Would you like to work for the U.S. Post Office?
No.
Neither would I. I hate those kind of government jobs. Just sucks on the soul. I mean, it's no fun being in a financially insecure position, but I just hate to be in a job that just sucks on your soul, where you're working for the government and some vast bureaucracy, and you have very little ability to influence things. And
right.
But yeah, I came out of whatever they had me under. I don't think it was general anesthetic; it was a step below that. And I noticed them calling you and calling down to the pharmacy maybe 3 times, but I was kind of out of it.
Yeah, so, of course.
The passage of time did not wait too much.
Are you in? By the way, are you in the camera?
Yeah. See, it's.
Am I in it?
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm more important.
And so they wheeled me down in a wheelchair. Like if they hadn't had that regulation, I would have just walked home. But I was pretty groggy. And so I was glad that you were there to pick me up.
Oh, you're welcome. I don't have a problem picking you up. I had a problem with Kaiser, the way they treated me.
And so the guy comes down with me in a wheelchair, and you say, okay, I'm the 6th car over, and I go, okay, and I get out of the wheelchair, start walking towards the car, and go, oh, give me a wheelchair ride. It's like, Raz, please let me just go home.
I remember I did that. So you're feeling better now?
I don't know. I'm not feeling so great. But
really? Is this a challenge for you tonight?
I don't want to sit here and not do it. Like I went to my Alexander training for an hour this morning because I just could not face lying in bed anymore.
Well, you've been lying in bed for the whole weekend?
Pretty much. I couldn't face being in this space anymore. I was just too uncomfortable. So
right.
I went and I was uncomfortable in Alexander for an hour and did a couple of errands and came home and lay in the sun for an hour.
Where do you lay in the sun?
It's out in the backyard there.
Right here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, hope I'll start picking up. So, yeah, I got out of surgery Friday morning, so it's been more than 72 hours now, so I'm waiting for the rebound.
And how's those Vicodin?
I think it's the first time I've ever taken Vicodin, and it's not that I've been in pain, I'm just uncomfortable. I feel lousy. So I took them just to change my state. And then I got all these great plans, how I wanted to change my life. And every time I come out of surgery, I see myself with very cold clarity. Like, oh man, I'm failing in these areas, and I really need to lift my game. And it's funny. I've come out of surgery twice in my life. Once was in May of 1998 when I broke a wrist, and then now and then the other thing I go, oh, Dennis Prager is such a great guy. I really should be more grateful to him. And those are the 2 thoughts that I always have coming out of surgery for some reason, that I need to lift my life up and improve my life, and Dennis Prager is a great guy, and get a blog about that. So it's strange. Those are the... I had kind of a panic attack the first time I came out of surgery in 1998, and telling the anesthesiologist at Kaiser about it this time, she said that young men 18 to 35 are the most likely to panic coming out of anesthesia for the first time because they're not used to not being in control or something. So I didn't have any panic this time. I was just...
I saw you panic last week.
Yeah?
Now, last week, it was not the only time I saw him was when I picked him up at the hospital. I also bumped into you at the market.
Oh, yeah.
You want to tell the story?
Yeah, go ahead and tell it.
So I see Levi in the market, and I'm yelling to him, because we're in the same supermarket at the same time, and I'm going, Luke! Luke! You didn't even hear me. I'm going, Luke! And then I finally had to chase you down, And then we started schmoozing in the middle of this aisle right in front of the dressings, right?
Yeah.
We were like schmoozing for a couple of minutes, talking about the show and stuff. And then all of a sudden, this really hot looking Persian chick shows up. Young, skinny, yeah?
Yeah, she had,
Long hair.
what are those? She had piercings in her face.
She had piercings.
Four piercings in her face.
And she shows
in her
up.
face, like here and here, not necessarily ears, like right here and right here.
That's like the style thing now.
Okay.
Okay, so she shows up. This really hot looking Persian Jew chick shows up, right
Yeah.
right next to us, like is like butting into the conversation, right? And she's going to use you know how chicks are. They're very, I'm going to pretend like I'm shopping for dressings, right? And so like she's moving her way in. She wants to like schmooze us out, and as soon as she puts herself right between us, I'm looking, and like Levy's 15 yards down there. He didn't even say goodbye. He's just like beelined it. It was like, okay, now what's going on here? So I'm like, what was going on there?
I guess I didn't feel like engaging. She wasn't my type. I mean, if she'd said hi to me and showed some interest, yeah, I would.
She didn't have time to say hi. You were like out of there like buggers,
Yeah,
man.
I was not looking to have a conversation then. I mean, I was like kind of half leaving our conversation. I was just not ready to.
Yeah, but this was like
engage.
the first time I ever saw you
Yeah,
out
yeah.
of this Steve, right?
Yeah.
First time I ever saw you out in public. I get to
Yeah.
see him like work his magic with a chick, see what's
Yeah.
really going on, see how he
Yeah.
interacts. Chick shows up, this guy's gone. I mean,
Yeah.
what am I to think? Then you're like, how come chicks aren't, flocking to marry me? I don't know. Maybe they show up to talk to you and you run away. I don't know. I just thought that was unusual. You took off. I was like, maybe he's afraid I'm going to embarrass him in front of her. Maybe he's going to say like, the four. What did you say? There was four.
piercings.
Four piercing. Maybe I was going to say like, hey, nice piercings. What's that for? You see our show last week, and we were talking about shooting your wad on a woman's face. Like we could aim between the four. It's like I don't know what you're thinking. Like I'm going to talk about or something, but like. I don't know. I'm just like, why is this guy running away? So I just wanted to share that.
I just didn't want to engage. Don't you get like that sometimes? You're at the supermarket.
Well, I know it's different with me. I'm a big star and everything, and I don't want to like have to like stop and like schmooze everybody and say what's it like being a big star and everything, and have to sign autographs. It's a big pain in the ass, right? But I mean, make an exception for a hot Persian chick.
Yeah, I should have, because I do love Persian chicks. And, like she was talking to us. So.
Yeah, and she was skinny as hell too.
Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't on my game. I just didn't want to engage. So how did it work with you?
Oh, it was great. I got her to try my favorite dressing, which is the sweet Vidalia onion.
But did you try to get her on Facebook or anything?
No, I was.
When did you choose to?
When there's like the talking stopped, and she was like really focused on dressings.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, well, you working? And she was like thanking me and everything, and I just said, it's time to. It's at the point where like if I stay any longer,
If it's not working. Yeah.
Well, no, it's like at the point where if I stay any longer, I have to get her phone number or anything, and this woman's not from or anything. It's like it's like, what am I doing there? So it was time to either ask her out or get the hell out of there, and it was at that point I got the hell out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your point was before she even talked.
Yeah, I just didn't want to engage. I think maybe the more I have on my mind, or the more things that I'm struggling with, the less likely I am to engage with strangers, and then the more successful I am, the more happier I am, then the more likely I am to engage with strangers.
But what if this chick had opened up her mouth, and her first line to me after you'd already walked off was, hey, you guys, I recognize you from the show, and I'm a big fan of Dennis Prager, and I'm thinking about, becoming from and everything, and I'm starting to keep Shabbos and everything, and you're gone. And this chick would be perfect for you.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Because my first thought was, this is a chick for you, not for me.
Yeah.
This is a chick for you.
Yeah.
And so I'm like thinking, well, what happens when like a chick that's perfect for him shows up? He's gone.
Yeah.
She's going to show up. She's going to go see your shows, and you're into Prager, and I want the Catalina dressing or something. You got to work your magic. You
Yeah.
go, hey, come visit me in the hospital.